Hello students, welcome to Engineers Academy. Today in this video we are going to learn how to plot a quadratic function. So let's say that we are given a quadratic function that is equal to y equals to 3 minus 5x minus 2x square, and as we all know that the standard form of quadratic function is always written as ax square plus bx plus c. So let's rearrange this one in terms of the standard form. So we can write it as y equals to minus 2x square minus 5x plus c. So now by comparing both of these, by comparing this given function with this, here the c is 3, right? This is 3. We can say that a equals to minus 2, b equals to minus 5. The coefficient of x square is a, so the coefficient of x square is minus 2. The coefficient of x is minus 5, so b is minus 5, and c is 3. So this is c equals to plus 3. Now always remember that this c always gives us the y-intercept of the quadratic function, and if this a value is negative, then the quadratic function is always drawn like this. So it is concave down. We can say that the ultimate graph or plot will look like this. So this gives us the clue that the graph will be like this. So a is negative. So if a is positive, the graph will look like this, or the plot will look like this. So it will be concave up. Now if c equals to plus 3, so this means that this gives us the y-intercept, and y-intercept is that particular value where the graph will intercept with the y-axis. So let's say if this is my y-axis and this is my x-axis, let's say this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, so the graph will look like this, and this particular point will be the y-intercept. This is my y-intercept, and this c tells us that particular point. So this point is plus 3, so this is plus 3. So if this is the y-intercept, the x value must be 0. So the coordinates of this particular point, the y-intercept is 0, 3. So we can say that the y-intercept is at 0, x equals to 0, y equals to plus 3. So this is the first point that we get that will help us plotting a quadratic function, that will help us plotting this particular quadratic function. Now the next step is we need to find the roots of this particular function. So we need to solve this. So we can say, we can equate this equals to 0. So we will write that minus 2x square minus 5x plus 3, this is equal to 0. So now we need to factorize it. So how to factorize it? We know that we need to take the product of this a and c. So the product of a and c, which is minus 2 and plus 3, this gives us minus 6. So we need to find out two numbers which need to give us minus 6, and the sum of those two numbers must be minus 5. So as we know that the minus 2 into plus 3 gives us minus 6, but the sum is plus 1. So now we can say that minus 6 into plus 1, this also gives us minus 6, and the sum of minus 6 and the sum of these two numbers gives us minus 5. So while finding the roots, these two numbers will work for us. So now we can split this minus 5x in, we can write this minus 5x equals to minus 6x plus 1x, which we got from here. This is minus 6x plus 1x will give us minus 5x. So now we need to split this. So we can write that this is minus 2x square minus 6x plus 1x plus 3 equals to 0. So now we can take minus 2x common from both of these terms. So we can write that this is minus 2x. So we will be left with x plus 3, and we can take one common from both of these. So we will get x plus 3, this is equal to 0. And now from both of these terms, from this term and from this term, we can take x plus 3 as common. So we can write that this is x plus 3. So we will get minus 2x plus 1, this is equal to 0. And now we can say that x plus 3 is equal to 0 and minus 2x plus 1, this is equal to 0. Or we can say that x is equal to minus 3, and from this we can say that x is equal to, this is minus 2x, that will be equal to minus 1, or we can say minus will cancel out, so we can say that x is 1 divided by 2 or equal to 0.5. So now the x, these are the roots. So what does the roots means? That the plot of this given equation, this function, will intersect the x-axis at minus 3 and 0.5. Since while finding the roots we have equated that quadratic function equals to 0, so this means that y equals to 0. So at these two particular x values, the y value is 0. So this means that this gives us the x-intercepts. So now we can say that at x equals to minus 3, the y value is 0, and at x equals to 0.5, the y value is 0. So now these 2 points are somewhere here. So this is plus 0.5. So this particular point must be 0.5, that is plus, and this point must be minus 3. And now the next thing that we need to find is the maxima. This maxima, or we can say that the line of symmetry. Since the quadratic function is symmetrical about a particular vertical line, so we need to find the equation of that particular line. So now if this is symmetrical, then that maximum point or that symmetry line will lie between this point and this point. So we can find that, and that will be the x value at which we will have that symmetry. So that symmetry will be, that x value will be equal to the sum of both of these roots divided by 2, since that will lie between both of these 2 points. So the distance, this distance divided by 2 will give us, this distance divided by 2 will give us the point of symmetry, or will give us the x value at which about which the quadratic function will be symmetrical. So now we can say that this will be minus 3 plus 0.5 divided by 2. So this will give us minus 3 plus 0.5 divided by 2. This will give me minus 1.25. So minus 1.25 is somewhere here. This is somewhere here is minus 1.25. And this is equal to x equals to minus 1.25. And if I plot x equals to minus 1.25, this will be the line of symmetry. Somewhere here. And now if this is that x value, so if I substitute this x value in this given equation, we will get that y value. So now we can find that y value. That y value will be y equals to minus 2, that x value, which is minus 1.25 square, minus 5 into x, which is again minus 1.25, plus 3, and this will give me minus 2 into minus 1.25 square, minus 5 into minus 1.25, plus 3. This gives me y equals to 6.125. So the coordinates of this particular point, where the maxima is, where we have the maximum point, is at x equals to minus 1.25 and y equals to 6.25. So we can write this as, the coordinates of this particular points will be minus 1.25 and 6.125. So this is how the graph or the plot of this particular quadratic function will look like, and these are the all important points that we always need to find before plotting a given quadratic function. So I hope this will help you in your learning. Do subscribe Engineers Academy